I'm so excited to be in the kitchen today, and I've got Karen from Asian Inspirations showing us something that we haven't cooked in here before. What have you got for us today, Karen?
Well, we're doing a twist on your Balinese street food, which is babi guling, which is a barbecued piece of pork. With a dipping sauce. But we thought we'd do something different for the vegan community and convert this to a vegan dish. So
excellent.
You can see there's no pork on the table, it's just vegetables and lots of flavor.
Excellent. Well, let's get started. I'll talk to you more about it as we go. How can I help?
Let's get the marinade going. So in this bowl, if I could ask you to grab some of the ingredients.
Yeah.
So the ketchup mayonnaise goes first because that's the main ingredient.
Excellent.
And let's
I'll
put
let you
in,
tell me how much.
Well, quite a lot actually, because we want the stickiness of the sweetness of this sauce, and this sauce is made of reduced palm sugar. So it's got the treacle flavor. It's got the flavor of like golden syrup but deeper, and it's got the color which will give you a really nice golden brown when you grill or cook with it.
Excellent. So it's a caramelization starter.
Yes.
All the flavor.
All the flavor, and then to balance that sweetness, soy sauce, please.
Excellent.
So we're putting in about maybe 1 tablespoon. If you love salty food like I do, put a whole lot in. So 2 tablespoons.
Excellent.
And it's gonna sound weird, but I am putting in sugar.
Okay.
Because sugar gives a different flavor to this. So let's put in maybe 1 teaspoon of sugar.
Okay.
So with Southeast Asian cooking, or with Asian cooking, it's all about balance of flavors. So
Absolutely.
we've got the salty, we've got the sweet, and now we've got the sourness.
Excellent. I love sour.
Yeah, and what we would typically do is, you put lemon or limes, but we're using another ingredient, which is tamarind paste.
Excellent. It's one of my favorite actually, because I think it's sour with having another few extra layers of depth.
Yeah, it's got a smokiness to it all
in there.
Yep, it'll work. You can't actually overdose on tamarind.
I kind of feel the same way.
And the last ingredient to add a different flavor to the marinade is garlic powder.
I'm just gonna mix all of those lumps out for you.
You're so pedantic. No, I think we can leave it.
Oh, it's okay.
Yeah, because when we grill it, when the vegetables go in, the water comes out.
Okay.
And it works. We're going to use eggplant.
So if we had a narrower one, you could do discs.
Yes, we could.
But because we've got a big fatty here,
big fatty,
we're going to quarter it for you.
Or if you want to make it a beautiful thing, you could cut it in this and then use your cookie cutter to cut it out. But we won't do that today.
If we were going to be doing a curry or a side that we could utilize the excess bits, that sounds like actually a really lovely idea.
Maybe star-shaped skewers. So I've got a zucchini here, and I'm going to do the same thing, which is a 1.5 centimeters.
1.5, I was just about to check.
Yeah.
So we're choosing vegetables that can take a lot of flavor today, but as you said, you could do this any time of year and utilize whatever's in season.
That's correct. And then we let it sit in the marinade for about an hour.
Don't want any boring bits?
No boring bits, yeah.
So marinade for at least an hour. Could you leave it longer than that?
Leave it overnight. And if you leave it overnight, you might find that a lot of the water has been drawn out from the vegetables, and that's okay.
All right. So into the fridge.
Into the fridge, please.
And then we'll come back and cook it.
Thank you.
So while we've got our vegetables marinating in the fridge, what's next?
The dipping sauce. So every skewer has to have some dipping sauce, every recipe for skewering. So we're going to do dipping sauce today. I'm going to get you to help me crush some sesame.
Okay.
So grind it to a paste, like tahini.
And these have been
roasted. Just a dry roast for, until it gets golden brown, or just put one in the mouth and taste it that it's really roasted. So you imagine you're making a tahini, and that's what you want to achieve.
And it smells incredible.
I know, I can smell it from
And that's definitely the difference between toasting them or using them raw.
Yes.
You don't get that depth of flavor.
No, and it's different from sesame oil as well. And while you're grinding that, I'm going to throw in the peanuts. So peanuts, again, gives the flavor and that thickener. It serves as a thickener for the sauce.
I love that it also helps more sauce stick to your skewer.
And who needs the gym when you're doing things like that? So we can, maybe we'll add the sweet soy in. So you'll see, I'm going to add in about 5 tablespoons in. And the chili sauce, just to give a bit of kick.
Okay.
We could mince chilies, but quite often with winter, I find that chilies are so expensive. So this is what I'm going to use. Hopefully, yes. It's always the problem, the challenge you have with a new bottle of sauce. So I'm gonna put in about, hopefully I get in, a tablespoon in there. And this might sound quite a lot, but I like it spicy. Gonna give it a bit of stir and see and check for consistency. And you see, when we add the juice of the lime, again, it'll get runny. So let's get on with the rest of the ingredients. So if I get you to juice this,
lime.
and I'll dice these shallots.
A whole lime or half?
Let's go with half first, and
I'll
can
pass
taste.
you that for the
you.
shallot. So a nice mix of toasty, roasty flavors and fresh, vibrant, zesty flavors.
Exactly.
I like it.
Yeah, I like it too.
Again, it's that balance.
You know, I've got a question for you. Do you cry when you do onions on TV?
Sometimes. It really depends on how sharp the knife is.
Okay.
And the onion. They definitely vary in heat.
Oh, really?
Absolutely. At the school I teach at, I often have cut all the onions before the students even arrive, otherwise they might not come into the classroom.
That's true.
So I try to do it ahead of time for them.
That's good too. Would you mind helping stir while
Yep.
I put these shallots in? Okay, I'm gonna dump this back. Actually, if you like, we can grate some of the rind in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that can change the flavor. And smells in here. I'm just gonna get rid of this onion. Smell that. It's
So
amazing.
good.
And we forget a pinch of salt, please. Yes.
So that's nearly done.
I actually like the fact that it coats the back of the spoon.
Excellent. So that's a great indicator for people at home.
Yes.
I'm really excited about this sauce, but I need a vessel to carry it. Our vegetables are marinated enough?
Yes, we have. So you can tell because it's gone into the little gaps between the vegetables.
All of the little crevices in
all
there.
the crevices in there. Yeah.
Beautiful. So it's just
Let's
flavor.
skewer. Yes. So let's skewer. Let's grab a skewer.
So we've soaked our bamboo skewers in water so that they don't burn. So if you were going to do this outside.
Yeah, we'll do that as well. Yeah, yeah. Okay. So.
And any particular skewering technique?
No, actually, I was going to ask you.
I guess we'll give it our best shot. So we've got all of our veggies skewered. I've waited for my lunch long enough, Karen.
Okay, let's get grilling. Okay, you could do this outside in a barbecue, but what we've got here is a griddle.
A little bit of peanut oil there for you, just in case.
Just in case, because not everyone has got a non-stick pan, and this is a nice and hot pan. In it goes, not too much oil. And then we're gonna hold our breaths as we put in the first skewer.
Oh yeah, I love the sizzle.
We do too. So that goes in. We'll take the ones with the zucchini. Just looks nice.
So sort of about 2 minutes per side?
Yeah,
or?
2 minutes per side. But you know what? I don't know. I just use a fork to poke it through.
Okay.
Just in case, because I hate raw eggplant.
Okay, so you don't want it to have any yield, no resistance, so putting it in nice and smoothly, but not yet collapsing.
Yeah, not yet collapsing.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
Excellent.
Very tricky. Very tricky. Precision grilling, I call it. And I love using the marinade to baste it.
It's just all of those layers of flavour, increasing.
Yeah. Oh, I love the sound of the sizzle. It never happens at home. It just stinks up the kitchen.
It's such a satisfying sound.
It does, isn't it?
So in terms of your work with Asian Inspirations?
So Asian Inspirations, we're an educational hub or platform, we call it. So we're across, I think 7 different Asian cuisines. So it's Japanese, Korean, I'm going to see if I get it right. Japanese, Korean, Chinese, Thai, Indonesian, Malaysian, and Singaporean.
Excellent.
Yeah. So
I want to be friends with those experts.
Yes, I am. That's what makes it so fun. So that's the Asian Inspiration. So log on to our website. We're on Facebook as well,
Yep.
and Instagram and YouTube. And really the aim is to create an awareness of the diversity of ingredients that we have in Asia, in Asian cuisine, and hopefully inspiring more home cooks to cook more Asian.
Excellent. Very exciting. How are those? Do we need to turn those
I think
yet?
we're going to turn it, and we got this. Let's check. Oh, Elena, look at that.
Oh, yeah.
We love it.
Beautiful grill
yeah.
marks.
Looking good. Okay, and we'll baste it again. And the thing about cooking with vegetables is there's no worry about contaminating with bacteria.
Of course.
You know, so we can just dip into the marinade and still go onto the cooked side of the vegetables and still be, you know, safe to eat.
Wonderful.
Okay, looks like it's ready. So we're ready to plate it.
Very excited.
Let me just check. Yeah, looking good.
So nice even caramelization on all sides.
Yep, you can see that.
And little resistance from our vegetables, so we know that they're cooked through.
I'm surprised at my tongue skills. I never get to grab these tongs properly. Oh, there you go.
And I'll give you your sauce and you can...
Oh, and we can taste.
Thank you so much for being here today, Karen,
my
and showing me
pleasure.
this beautiful dish. I can't wait to get stuck into it.
Well, this is the Indonesian vegetarian skewers with the dipping sauce, using really, you know, really fresh ingredients and just a different way of thickening your sauce.
Definitely something that you guys should try at home. Beautiful.
Thank you.